the balance of life. So within this reality, we ultimately are given choice, and the choice which we're given is ultimately our greatest accomplishment. We are the representation of choice, and it's the choices which we make, the choices which we implement, and the reactions which we receive from implementing those choices will become the representation of our existence. It will naturally manifest within the speed of sound. So the speed of sound being this present moment of existence, and depending on any choices which we've made in the past, even to the extent of the choices which we feel or are connected to that haven't yet manifested, can ultimately influx the speed of sound, even if we haven't experienced or manifested them yet. As long as we've connected to them, they can actually increase our existence within presence of time. So one thing we must understand is that we are the representation of choice. Everything which we choose to experience, we ultimately become the quantum sum of all experiences. Everything which we've experienced in our lifetime has reflected this present moment of time, and depending on where we are in this present moment of time will equate to our existence. Now, we have the choice to accept this existence and ultimately honor this existence as a positive, because that's technically speaking all we can do, is that as long as we honor our existence in this present moment of time as a positive, we get to move forward. The reason being is because this reality is calculated for only that truth to occur. And depending on how long we need to stay in a state of, you could ultimately call it ignorance, is our choice, because we will experience infinite possibility within the state of ignorance, the state of, self obsession to an extent. We're so obsessed with ourselves and how everything in our lives are a problem because of something, and that something is the problem and not us, and everything has affected us, everything has hurt us. Ultimately, this ignorance is containing us in its bubble. And as long as we look outside of ourselves and look at the bubble, and that bubble will always show faces, it will always show reasons and show, this is the reason why that's happened, and this is the reason why you're experiencing this. It's almost like just a bubble which we're contained in, and that bubble is literally a bubble of ignorance. As long as we're living within the bubble of ignorance, it will hold us there, and we could be held there for perceptionally for this lifetime. And what we must understand is that once this lifetime is over, frequency wise, awareness wise, maybe we connect back to our essence of purity. Maybe we go back into the spirit field of love, unconditional love, positivity, joy, happiness. But we've come here to learn something, and when we can come to here and honor the ignorance for what it is, and ultimately to choose to look within ourselves, because once we look in the bubble, we stop looking outside the bubble. And as long as we stop looking outside of the bubble, we stop seeing all the fingers of, this is who you should blame, and that's why this has happened, and we start just looking within and seeing that it all doesn't matter what's occurred in the past. It's all about taking ownership for this present moment and starting to look within myself, looking within ourselves, and starting to ask, what am I doing in this present moment to better myself? Because we all have the answers within. Every single one of us is unique, and every single one of us will have a different answer. And it's implementing that answer within ourselves which will then shine the light, shine the path, and shine the truth of what we've really come here to learn.